They'll be made up of ordinary citizens as a way to get more people involved and everyone involved in how police operate in their neighborhood. WDVM Cheyenne Corin has what you need to know.
So this 9-member civilian board is tasked with reviewing complaints of police misconduct. But this comes after months of debate about how to build trust between the community and law enforcement.
After George Floyd was killed by Minneapolis police, Maryland lawmakers passed a bill requiring that all counties establish committees to examine police misconduct. But each county could decide exactly how they would establish these boards.
We have over 17,000 law enforcement agencies in this country, and yet we have just over 200 civilian oversight agencies, and we already know that those are proven best practices to get to race-neutral outcomes and to reform law enforcement agencies.
The Silver Spring Justice Coalition says community involvement is the reason the bill is as strong as it is. But this was not the disciplinary system that they wanted. While they are happy that the board members are compensated, have independent legal counsel, and full-time dedicated staff, they say it still has limits, such as the investigative power they have and the police misconduct they oversee.
Although in the end, again, this is not the system we wanted. The system handed down by the state of Maryland still imposes a trial board at the end. So a police officer who receives discipline from this new system is still entitled to appeal it to a trial board. That is not a civilian-based board.
Lee Holland, the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 35, says this system isn't necessarily completely new to Montgomery County, as they have had a civilian arbitrator for over 30 years.
The difference in that now is right now the police chief picks a person, there is an administrative law judge or an arbitrator, and the FOP picks a person to sit on the board. So the difference now is instead of the FOP picking a person or the union, the person is picked by the Police Accountability Board.
Holland says he believes this could be a good thing as long as it is implemented correctly, and it could even speed up investigations. But if it's not fair, he fears that more officers will leave the force and it have a detrimental impact on public safety.
It has to be thorough investigation, but it shouldn't linger. It's not fair to anybody. It's not fair to the officer who's under investigation. It's not fair to the person who filed the complaint to have a dragged out process.
The Silver Spring Justice Coalition wanted there to be a prohibition on any former law enforcement officer to serve on the boards, which didn't happen. So they're just relying on County Executive Mark Elridge to nominate strong, diverse candidates and give the community adequate time to weigh in on the individual selected.
We think it is really important to have a wide range of people on these boards, but we definitely want people who have had direct experiences with policing in Montgomery County. We want folks who have had experience in the criminal justice system and who know what it's like to feel over-policed and to be the victim of police misconduct.
Champion for social justice, Paul Henderson says an important aspect of civilian oversight is independent investigations, and accountability starts with collecting and analyzing data and making it transparent.
We can't fix what we don't talk about, and you can't talk about what you don't know. So oftentimes starting with data and asking your law enforcement agencies, why don't they collect race statistics? Why can't they tell you how many people are arrested and what race they are? They certainly can tell you what the needs are for law enforcement when they're asking for their budget. So we should make demands of them to do better.
Reporting in Maryland, I'm Cheyenne Corin for WDVM 25.